All right, so positive attitude. This one was a pretty easy one to define. Some of them are like, tough. Positive attitude, being cheerful and setting our minds to look for and find the best in all situations. I mean, we tell our kids that all the time. I remember being told that as like a first grader. You got to be positive. If you're not positive about this, you're not going to be able to do it. I remember that. I mean, it's one of the few things I remember from first grade. Other than that, I had a teacher it was okay to beat us with a ruler. But other than that, you know, that wasn't positive. But this was positive.
Then you have the kid who says, I'm positive it's not going to work.
That's right, I'm positive it's not going to. You always had the smart on. So, but all Cub Scout activities have an opportunity to show positive attitude. Whether it be a competition, whether it be a craft, whether it be a skill, whether it be a song, whether it be a cheer, skit, they all are so easy to draw out a positive attitude. And it's contagious, and it feeds. Success breeds success. An activity where everything is positive and going well will breed to the next one, to the next one. So remember, as a leader, they're looking to you for the tone. You could have had the very worst possible day at work, and if you bring it with you to the meeting, it's going to bring everybody down. You got to find, you got to channel a little inner positive attitude, even if you have to manufacture every little bit of it. You got to find a little bit, and then the boys, truthfully, their exuberance and stuff is gonna bleed away the junk from your workday anyway. You can't help it. 5 or 6 boys, or maybe 10 or 12, depending on the size of your den. Their energy and exuberance and their wonder at doing things is like, wow, it's a tonic. It really is.
So their positive attitude is infectious as well.
It is. It's actually more infectious than probably yours is. So, character connections. Character connections are a series of questions that are leading questions. They are in your books, in the handbooks. As I've often said, these are often the ones that most people just skip right on by. It's a gimme a requirement. Yeah. Oh, now we got to go somewhere. Use these. Send them home with your parents and have your parents ask the questions. Your parents are looking for abilities to have meaningful conversations with their boys anyway. These are great, you know. How does positive attitude affect sportsmanship? What is sportsmanship? You know, it's not just a yes or no, grunt answer. They don't have to answer this. How can we maintain a positive attitude? These are great questions, great leading questions. And once you prime the pump with a bunch of boys, the hard part's going to be to get them to be quiet. They're going to answer and answer and answer. And every once in a while you have this one boy who will tell a story that takes 5 minutes and somehow or another it sort of correlates, but that's good too, that's possible. So, use the character connections. Clicker's not working. I'm positive it's going to work. There we go. So, well, look at that. It's going to work like a crazy man now. Come back here. Stop. I have mentioned wood badge every single round table for the last 3 or 4 years. Easy. And this one's no exception. Wood badge. Wood badge is a leadership course that has been given by the Boy Scouts of America. It is, a lot of folks equate it to a master's of, in scouting, but in reality it is an experience to where you are looking at self-examination and learning solid leadership skills that you can use in all parts of your life. One of those leadership skills is using the EDGE method. That applies to both leadership and training, teaching others. In this case, we're going to talk about it and how it does with training.
Positive attitude.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, the first part of EDGE is explaining. And a lot of times, especially with the younger ones, you have to actually explain to them what the positive attitude is and how you show that. It's a natural thing for them, but they don't have a name for it. So explain to them what it is. And talk about how their positive attitude affects those around them. The next thing is demonstrate. And to demonstrate a positive attitude is just you yourself modeling it to the boys. That you show what it is to have a positive attitude, and they will follow in right behind you. Easy stuff.
Guide. Now, once you get to guide and enable, at this point the boys have understood the concept and you've hopefully been modeling it. Guiding is actually probably the easiest one that we all do naturally because we are teaching young boys. We have them do something and they, oh no, they need to correct that slightly. We're there to sort of give them a gentle course correction in there. So guiding comes very naturally to us. The guiding one in this case is, in every single activity they do, you're providing them feedback as far as how their positive attitude is affecting their performance, or the performance of others, or the feelings of others. These are coming forward and showing them just slightly, well, you know, at this point in the game, you got really frustrated with the fact your team was losing, and all of a sudden you started to lose your positive attitude, and you guys started to play less as a team. Why don't you try doing this? It's a guiding thing. The hardest one that we have as adults is enabling. And here's the reason why. Enabling means that I trust that you have learned the skills. I trust that you have taken the guidance, and now I have to put my hands behind my back, I have to step back, and I have to see what you're going to do. That's enabling. For adults of taking care of kids, it's really hard. Ooh, that's not going to work. Shh, I got to stand back. In this case, you got to give them opportunities. Set up instances where maybe positive attitude is not the natural inclination for a boy. You know, a skill that's a little bit harder. You know, if you're teaching knots and you've taught them an overhand knot, okay, overhand knot. You know, that's a Cub Scout requirement. Now we're going to do a square knot. Okay, how about we do a bowler? Okay, so I'm teaching them a little bit about bowling. They work on it for a little while. And in reality, a couple of them will get it really fast. Several of them won't. Truthfully, a lot of adults don't. And that's okay. The frustration will start to rise and the positive attitude will start to ebb away. If you have set up a good product, the ones who've done well will be naturally want to help their friends, and the positive attitude will come back, enabling it. You may have to slide back into guide for a little bit to get them back on track if everyone gets really frustrated. But you're giving them opportunities to explore what you've taught. And that's a big deal. Okay, so we've been trying to present additional awards and things throughout Cub Scouting and Scouting in general that are available that, you know, in reality there are so many things going on in the Scouting program, it's very easy to lose sight of some of the extra things. As these are not required for your ranks or anything like that, which are our focus, but they are great opportunities to give individuals or families or small groups that ability to excel, or maybe to focus on something that's a little more important.
Mm-hmm. So, in keeping with the spirit of the season and it being about family, I thought that the Fun for the Family Award would be a good thing to talk about today. It is, as with everything in Cub Scouts, it's designed to build character, but this focuses on specific aspects of character and ways that you can build through that. There are one of the things about it is you get a nice nifty book, and it tells absolutely everything you could ever want to know about how to earn this award. It tells you how to apply for it, what activities you can do, and there are hundreds of activities you can do.
The program has 5 areas of focus, okay? As a lot of programs in Cub Scouting, we want to be all inclusive, so the areas of focus. And what to earn the actual basis of basic award, you're doing 2 activities from each one of these 5 areas. I'll show you the 5 areas in just one second. Here's the key to this one though. In Cub Scouts, the boy earns the award, the blank. It goes on his uniform or on his vest or wherever the case may be. And it's his. In this case, the award is actually the family's. Siblings, parents, whomever is involved as the family unit are eligible. Obviously, parents may go, that's all right, you can just keep the patch, that's okay. But you know what? Those siblings are going to die for it, especially if they're younger siblings. Get a patch. I mean, my younger sons, every single time they get a chance to go to a scouting event and get the patch for showing up, they are like over the moon. And this is another one of those. So, it's available to each and every member of the family. So, the 5 categories. You want to do at least 2 activities from each one of these just to earn the basic. And obviously if you go on and doing more of each one of these, there's actually a pin that goes on the patch.
Now one of the cool things about this, and it ties directly into the core values of Cub Scouting, is for each of these different areas, there are multiple activities for that area associated to each point of the core values. And it'll list, if you are focusing on this month, these are the activities in each of these different areas that will fulfill that requirement that are directly related to this month's focus.
Now, obviously this can be run in multiple different ways. Probably most parents will never have heard of this. Truthfully, I had heard of it only because I'd been to the scout shop and saw the awards. It's the only reason I'd heard of it. Anyone here running this program? Anyone? I've been really surprised if anyone would raise a hand. There's the couple ways. Obviously, passing out information about this, some type of having someone, put together like a general sheet to sort of advise, hey, this is out there, if you're interested, type thing. Obviously, if your PAC is really energized about it, having a coordinator that sort of stands in the gap and like provides information and it acts as a liaison, maybe even helping run some of the activities. Maybe it is at a parents' meeting, you bring it up and the fact that, hey, your siblings are always welcome in our PAC meeting, and let's take it even a little bit further. We are a family organization. How about this? So there's multiple ways to approach this, but truthfully, information is number one. People have never heard of it. So obviously, this book is a great resource. Even if you're not running through the program itself, the activities in here are very worthwhile and can be leveraged even for your PAC meetings or your DIN meetings if you so choose. So it's probably worthwhile for at least someone in the PAC for the books. And you can, like I said, the best part about scouting is you don't have to invent anything new on your own sometimes. You can just steal it from other people you've seen or whatever. It's great. Don't stress about creating something brand new. There are tons of other opportunities. And maybe, even if that book is just available and sitting out at a PAC meeting, that maybe a family goes, this would be great. I can see several families in my PAC thinking the exact same thing. And now, after learning more about it, we will present it to the PAC. I'm not necessarily saying my PAC will be, yes, it's a new program, we're all going to run through it. Because really, in reality, we have enough going on as it is at this time of the year. But it's a good program to allow people to use as a resource.